Good evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 p.m. news here on CNC3. I'm Ryan Beichu.
I am Doris Polo.
I am Jassi Marik with sport.
And I'm Jean-Marc Rampersad with your weather.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight.
It's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
With criminals donning police-like garb to commit crimes, the defense minister advises the public it is better to be safe than sorry.
Attorney says criticism of stand your ground as racist legislation is a red herring.
Former AG dismisses John Jeremy's comments on the rights of Tetron prisoners as unremarkable.
Coming up in sport, the West Indies emerge battered and bruised from their Australian whitewash. Injuries forced 2 of the 3 changes ahead of their series with Pakistan.
A rare day with no rainfall across most of the country. I'll let you know how the tropical waves are progressing in tonight's weather report.
Top of the news tonight. Defense Minister Wayne Sturge has advised that homeowners should, as a matter of caution, defend themselves against invaders wearing police clothes, even if they are legitimate members of the police service.
During a consultation on the Stand Your Ground legislation, Sturge said it is better to face the courts than be killed. Jensen Levend has more.
Shoot first and suffer the consequences after is a message Defense Minister Wayne Sturge gave his constituents on Tuesday night during a Stand Your Ground consultation. With reports of criminals in police uniforms, he says this may preserve your life.
If they are police or not, what do you think is the common sense thing to do? I'll leave you with a little quote I learned years ago from my good friend Herbert Volney, who said, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
When enacted, Sturge says the law gives the homeowner increased rights.
You don't have to wait to see if you pull a gun or a cutlass or anything like this. You can, once you honestly believe that you are under attack or that an attack is about to take place or is imminent, as they say here, once you believe an attack is imminent, you can strike first. You can strike first and kill first. That's the beauty of the law.
When asked about shooting an escaping home invader, Sturge says,
if he's running away armed with a gun, you can shoot him in the back. And explain yourself after. That's the reality. If he's running away without a gun, that's a different thing.
But former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith says circumstances will determine if a shot to the back is justified.
There are going to be specific circumstances. Suppose you're in a firefight, you're upstairs and 2 or 3 individuals are downstairs and they're shooting at you, and then they're trying to run to get to another position, and whilst they're running, you have the right to shoot at that person.
Sturge says there is a list of law enforcement officers in the bill that if they enter your premises, you ought not to confront them. He says the bill should exclude estate police officers, members of the Police Complaints Authority, and prison officers, as these category of officers have no business being at someone's home. PCA Director David West says he will respond to that proposal at a later date, while Gerard Gordon, president of the Prison Officers Association, declined comment. President of the Estate Police Association, Derek Richardson, says while he agrees with the law in principle, his officers already visit homes with police. Jensen Lavende, CNC3 News.
Thanks, Jensen. Well, attorney Nairi Alfonso has dismissed claims that the proposed Stand Your Ground legislation is racially motivated, calling it a red herring.
Speaking in Freeport after a public consultation, she said the bill aims to protect all law-abiding citizens from home invasions regardless of race.
Alfonso emphasized the importance of extending legal protection to a home's entrance and argued that self-defense, including with knives, cricket bats, or even hot oil, should not lead to prosecution.
There's no issue of one race getting firearms to kill another race. As I said, I've identified 2 races, the law-abiding and the bandits. And what we should be focusing is protecting the law-abiding and putting the bandits where they belong, which is in jail and other places if that is necessary.
Retired Senior Superintendent Johnny Abraham also condemned attempts to racialize the issue and criticized who he called gated community critics.
To me, home invasion right now is on the increase, and it's not only about people It's about an entire village. When you have a victim in a village, the entire village suffers. Because the neighbors, fearful, are leaving their homes. The family that was robbed, fearful, are going back into that house after 6 o'clock on evenings.
Abraham revealed that he once cried over his failure to apprehend those responsible for the murder of a 4-year-old child in Aruka, killed by intruders who pumped 9 bullets into the infant during a home invasion.
Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander is not disclosing what happened to the drones reportedly spotted near Tetron Barracks.
That's right. Alexander was pressed on Monday's revelation by Attorney General John Jeremy that Tetron Barracks, where several high-risk inmates were relocated during the state of emergency, was recently targeted by 2 drones. The AG confirmed that the Defense Force had swiftly neutralized the threat.
Let me answer it this way. What do you expect to happen to the drones in Tetron if they went to the army base?
Were you able to recover any footage from them?
Huh?
Would the police say anybody able to recover any footage from the drones?
Well, as I said before, there are some things we want to leave at a point, because when we go forward, we want to go forward in a type of way that we are able to get the type of response that we're looking for. So we don't want to give out too much information. But again, what do you think will happen to a drone if it goes to Tetron?
While the opposition has been accusing government of not having a crime plan, Alexander insists that publicizing their strategies would only alert criminals. He claimed their 2-month track record eclipses 9 years of past governance.
We want you to have a crime plan ready and available. Every time we talk about the crime plan, the criminals prepare themselves. Why are we talking about crime plan? Why not see what we are doing? And that is what we are doing presently. We have presented some things to the public, but we want them to see our work and understand what level we are at. Yeah? So if I call and tell you, listen, when we leave here, we'll be brutalizing everybody here, and here was a party, would you drink? So that's the question. We stop doing that.
Backing the proposed Stand Your Ground legislation, Alexander called for mental and physical readiness, urging citizens to prepare to defend their homes from intruders.
Attorneys for murder-accused Raji Ali will file a constitutional motion against the state's retroactive declaration of Tetron Barracks and Stobles Bay as prisons. Parliament passed a motion yesterday to have the facilities declared as prisons. Ali and other high-profile prisoners were transferred from the maximum security prison on July 18th under the state of emergency. In a monitored virtual meeting, Ali denied plotting an escape, violence, or involvement in public threats, saying he's being used to justify the SOE. He also appeared before Justice Lisa Singh Phillip, charged with possession of a cell phone and SIM card found in his cell on June 25th. His next court date is on September 12th. Tonight, the Attorney General's comment that the rights of detainees in Chagaramas are not a priority during the state of emergency is drawing mixed reactions. Former Attorney General Faris Al-Arawi told CNC3 News there was nothing particularly noteworthy about either John Jeremy's statement or his visit to the detainees at Tetron Barracks. Al-Arawi said, while some may focus on the AG's tough stance on crime, the real issue is that Tuesday's prison bill missed the mark. He argued it failed to clearly define the sections of the base used to hold detainees at the Tetron and Stobles Bay facilities. Al-Arawi said the real concern should be the lack of clear prison boundaries at the military base, which could invite legal challenges, not the AG's remarks about balancing rights.
So the Attorney General's visit to these places, masked or unmasked, is not a remarkable thing. It is something which is required. In fact, it's commendable that he paid the visit. I myself have paid visits to prisons as a former Attorney General. The statement of the balancing of rights and in favor of the society, that is permitted.
However, Criminal Bar Association head Israel Khan has strongly endorsed John Jeremy's visit to the Tetron Barracks. Khan told the AG Khan said the AG told the detainees in a sophisticated way that during an SOE, their rights must be curtailed. He believes this also sends a strong message to the public.
The government is in control, and the public will have the confidence in the government that the Attorney General could go down and say, I'm not hiding. I'm going to tell the prisoners exactly what is the state. And what he is doing in Parliament, he is telling the country that he is concerned about prisoners' rights also, the constitutional rights, but we're in a state of emergency.
Senior Counsel Khan said the country is in a predicament and crime is still out of control even under the new government. However, he said he is willing to give the UNC the time to do something about it.
Well, on the backdrop of that story, we took to the streets to ask members of the public, do you support the AG's stance that the rights of prisoners held at Chagaramas are secondary to other citizens?
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
I think human rights in general is something that should always be first priority, whether you're out in public itself or whether you're imprisoned, whether you're somewhere out in sea, whether you're an immigrant, anybody itself should be treated with love and respect.
Agree. And why is that? They are prisoners. They have no rights. They have no rights. Prisoners are there because they do bad things and they deserve to be locked up and kept locked up. I agree. They have no rights.
I believe that everybody deserves basic human rights and they should be given that. Regardless of the situation, they should be treated with respect.
A man's rights is a man's rights. They can't deny him that. So they have to figure out how to do the right thing.
As it is, we can't even walk around freely. We have to put bars in our homes. And we're supposed to be free. Their rights matters, I believe, a little less than ours right now.
I disagree. Because I think citizens have their rights. We should have our rights.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
President of the interreligious organization, Dr. Ellis Burris, is supporting government's recent measures to tackle crime, including a state of emergency. Dr. Burris emphasized the need for action to curb rising criminal activity. During debate on the extension of the state of emergency on Monday, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar laid out a detailed anti-crime strategy centered on institutional reform, enhanced police capabilities, and intelligence-driven operations. The IRO head pointed to a previous state of emergency under the former administration, saying it produced measurable results.
You do not wait for things to get to an extreme condition before you start nipping things in the bud. So I think this government is moving along a path to prevent an escalation, and therefore it is trying to nip things in the bud before it gets out of hand.
Dr. Burris, who also called for a national day of prayer, defended it, saying that contrary to what people may think, it serves as a spark to ignite change. Meanwhile, criminologist Dr. Randy Sipasad applauded the government's anti-crime plan. He, however, flagged the need for addressing its root causes.
Reforming the education system to support learners who are, with different levels of ability, reintroducing homework centers, anti-bullying initiatives, etc., etc. So fixing the root causes will go to communities, to families, to schools, these kinds of things. And if you really want to create that cultural shift, you have to change the people of our country.
Well, President of the Greater San Fernando Area Chamber of Commerce, Kiran Singh, said the Prime Minister's proposed anti-crime plans came as welcome news for members of the business community.
Meanwhile, President of the Roots Foundation, Mtima Salwazi, told CNC3 News it was important for the authorities to engage with communities and bridge growing disconnects. Well, let's tell you what's still to come in the news tonight. The Labour Minister blames salary delay for some public sector workers on administrative error, not lack of funding.
Natuk urges government to prioritize workers over profits in upcoming budget.
And later on in sport, we'll hear from 3 TNT track and field stars aiming to burst the tape of this weekend's national championships.
At Bagwansing, Port of Spain and Chagonas, we are committed to providing quality products for all major building projects. Let's build together with rebars and beams, VRC coils and mats, RHS and angles, roofing sheets and purlins, lumber, plywood and MDF. Bagwansings, building homes, building communities, building TNT for over 60 years. Bagwansings, Port of Spain and Shogunas, building value every day.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Welcome back. Labour Minister Leroy Batiste says a salary delay affecting some monthly paid public sector workers was caused by an administrative blunder, not a lack of funds.
Batiste explained that a document was missed in processing, but the issue has since been resolved and salaries are being paid. He added that banks may have a holding period, but efforts are being made to speed up payments. The delay affected workers in the Ministries of Local Government and Community Development and Culture, though the exact number affected is not yet known. The issue mainly affected monthly paid workers, many of whom raised concerns about bill payments. Attempts to contact PSA President Felicia Thomas were unsuccessful. Well, with the national budget coming up, General Secretary of the National Trade Union Center, Michael Anisette, is calling out economists for putting profits over people. On CNC3's The Morning Brew, Anisette said workers have gone too long without wage increases, while their purchasing power continues to decline. Anisette also reminded the UNC-led government of its People First campaign promise, warning that the struggles of the working class must not be ignored.
Is there any mechanism to control prices? In Trinidad and Tobago, no. So how come nobody do talk about that? But when it comes to workers' wages, you're hearing all this economists talking about the coffers, and we don't have the money. If we put our collective wisdom together, if we look at people as people, and not in the context of dollars and cents, we can find a resolution and a solution.
Anisette criticized the former PNM administration for refusing to uphold a 12% wage increase for port workers signed under the People's Partnership government. He urged government to meet with trade union representatives before the national budget is delivered to ensure a shared understanding that the working class must not be forgotten and that negotiations can be had for all trade unions. A former CPEP coordinator is defending the integrity of CPEP workers and operations under his tenure.
Reacting to Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissess's recent condemnation of CPEP, URP and reforestation programs as hotbeds for ghost gangs and criminal exploitation, the former coordinator insisted he had never personally encountered any such behavior. He also condemned the Prime Minister's claims of corruption and criminal infiltration as, quote, complete dotishness, and slammed her critique of honest, dignified work during pre-budget consultations in Siparia last evening. Here's what the Prime Minister had to say.
We have become a nation of grass cutters under the PNM. So the CPEP cutting grass, no, this is not a joke. The CPEP cutting grass, the URP cutting grass, reforestation cutting grass where you're supposed to be planting trees. They didn't plant any. The regional corporations cutting grass, HGCs cutting grass, NGCs cutting grass. So all the people in our country, grass cutters.
The Prime Minister also warned that simply replacing compromised individuals within these programs, as requested by some UNC supporters, could perpetuate the cycle of coercion and criminal influence in state-run initiatives.
Become criminalized. If you put yourselves there, you say, okay, you want one gang and you want two or how many, and you have the gang. All it takes is for the criminal to come to you and say, I know where you're living, I know your wife, I know your son. You see them 10 names you have on your hand? You write down these 5, and you will take the next 5. So you have 5 ghosts because of the fear the criminals are creating this fear.
Though the ex-coordinator refused to speak on record, he labeled the Prime Minister's comments as, quote, sick, and said she was looking for a reason to talk nonsense. Meanwhile, PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez called her statements reckless and irresponsible, insisting he has never received reports of ghost operating in CPEP. He also praised the employees who found dignified work in these state initiatives.
Well, in tonight's Business Watch, despite an increase in consolidated revenue, the TCL Group had reported a net loss of $12 million for the second quarter of fiscal 2025.
Meanwhile, a study has been commissioned to assess the possibility of the regional stock market. Peter Christopher explains.
The TCL Group says the second quarter net loss of $12 million was largely due to a $16 million impairment of fixed assets in Barbados following a change in its business model, as well as $18 million in severance and restructuring costs in that Barbados adjustment, as well as other operations across the group. In the company's financial report for the 6-month period ended June 30, 2025, a group's consolidated revenue was $618 million, which marks a 1.7% year-over-year increase. This growth, TCL says, was driven by strong sales volumes in Guyana and favorable pricing in Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago, which offset weaker domestic volumes in Trinidad and Tobago and increases in input costs. In mid-February, TCL raised cement prices in Trinidad and Tobago by 7%, with bulk cement prices hiking in March. The CARICOM private sector organization has announced PricewaterhouseCoopers will conduct a study to articulate feasible models to effect a regional stock exchange among participating states of the CARICOM single market and economy. In a news release on Tuesday, the CPSO says the decision to select PwC to lead the study was taken at the CPSO's Regional Stock Exchange Study Project Steering Committee meeting on July 21, 2025. The study will be undertaken in 2 phases, with Phase 1 establishing the feasibility of a regional stock exchange and Phase 2 identifying the appropriate model and outline of the fit-for-purpose architecture. Port of Spain Mayor Chinma Allen is grateful there are still businesses willing to invest in the capital. Speaking at the recent re-imaging of Subway's St. James restaurant, Allen praised the franchise for updating its branches in Port of Spain. The St. James restaurant, which was the first Subway opened in Trinidad and Tobago, was the latest to rebrand with the company's fresh forward redesign. It is the second Subway restaurant in Port of Spain to undergo this procedure, following Subway Independence Square's branch in April. Another Port of Spain restaurant, Subway's Area Peter Avenue branch, is set to be redone soon. Subway has spent over $6 million on the rebranding of these restaurants to date. Subway's branches in Tawa and Diego Martin will also recently be launched, and Glencoe is set to be completed soon as well. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange prices. Peter Christopher, CNC3 Business Watch.
Culture and Community Development Minister Michelle Benjamin is promising timely distribution of grants to cultural and community organizations and groups in the upcoming fiscal year. Speaking today at the Southern Academy for the Performing Arts, Benjamin addressed recipients of the ministry's Community Action for Revival and Empowerment Program and the National Days and Festivals Fund. 41 checks totaling over $2.5 million were distributed. The minister vowed that measures will be implemented to ensure recipients receive checks at least a week before the events rather than months or years later. However, she urged recipients to use the funds responsibly and solely for their intended purposes.
With this investment coming to you, it also comes with responsibility. I trust and I expect that these grants will be used wisely for their intended purpose, that the work being done will reflect the integrity and vision with which those proposals were submitted. I want to see the intent in the spend.
Following the event, the minister declined to comment on a recent release from the Emancipation Support Committee, which defended itself against criticisms she previously leveled at them about their operations. However, the minister confirmed she was on her way to meet with its executive.
All right, let's tell you what's still to come in the news. A Rima man shot dead at his own party while celebrating with family.
We had hot and sunny conditions as we found ourselves in a narrow band of dry air today. Just a few cloudy periods over the west coast this afternoon, but the isolated localized showers are expected to return tomorrow. I'll let you know when and where to expect them coming up just after the break.
Nature's Ways Alive Kids Gummies are multivitamin gummies meant to support the development of children's bodies like their bones, muscles, joints, brain, heart, and also their immune health. Choose Alive Kids Gummies by Nature's Way because they deserve it.
Okay, I see you. Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off. Let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Lucozade, bring the energy. Welcome to Food.
Lash is a big deal. New Paradise Big Deal Mascara by L'Oreal Paris. A cross-conic brush for buildable length that lasts. Buildable volume that doesn't clump, no matter how much you layer. That's a big deal. New Paradise Big Deal Mascara by L'Oreal Paris. You're worth it.
This Christmas in July, Bright Ideas is lighting up your home like it's Christmas morning. Unwrap 25% off all lighting, fixtures and chandeliers all month long. From sleek modern pieces to statement chandeliers. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and reveal something bright and beautiful. Check our 8 locations or online at brightideashomestore.com or on the Bright Ideas mobile app. This Christmas in July, it's time to shine. Bright Ideas. Slay the savings.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Dust from the Saharan desert, over 6,000 kilometres away, travels across the Atlantic to our little island, filling the air we breathe with tiny dust particles that can trigger an inflammatory response when inhaled into the lungs.
Saharan dust travels far and triggers inflammation. Omega XL helps reduce it at the source. Support your body from within.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Carrots, 3 packs for $19.95. Lentils, 2 pounds, 1 for $13.95. Creamery ice cream assorted, 1 gallon, 2 for $90. Bright Wash laundry detergent powder, assorted, 900 grams, 2 for $19.95. Snuggle bathroom tissue, 12 pack, 1 for $19.95. Clorox, 1 gallon, 1 for $26.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
This is not a procedure. It's just a hard-working cream.
Revitalift Triple Power with pro-retinol, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C visibly reduces wrinkles, firms, and brightens skin in 1 week.
Ladies, it's time to ask for more.
Revitalift Triple Power by L'Oreal Paris.
Cold or flu? Take Panadol Multi-Symptoms. Relief in minutes. 7 cold and flu symptoms. Panadol. Release starts here.
Welcome to the Tire Club, the Caribbean's largest tire warehouse. Come into our warehouse where we stock all the top brands. All major brands for cars, SUVs, 4x4s, trucks, tractors, all in one location. Top brands like Gremax, Step Rising, Duron, Comfortsal, Firemac, and many others. Here at the Tire Club, purchase 4 tires, get free installation, free speed balancing, and a free complimentary t-shirt. Our expert team is ready to help, where quality, service, and value comes together.
Mark is back with us to tell us about the weather forecast in these neck of the woods, I'm sure. But what can you tell us about that massive earthquake that hit near Russia?
It was certainly one for the history books. It was the strongest, one of the strongest on record, and produced some tsunami waves which had the entire Pacific Ocean on alert, under advisories. So let's take a look at where it ranks in history. So that earthquake from yesterday evening is actually the 6th strongest on record, and thankfully damage from the tsunami waves were not as much as expected, as the highest waves of 10 feet were recorded near the epicenter in sparsely populated areas of Russia, and up to 6-foot fluctuations were recorded some 5,000 kilometers away in Hawaii. It certainly would have reopened old wounds of the deadly tsunamis produced by the Japanese 2011 and the 2004 Boxing Day quakes, both of which were 9.1 in magnitude compared to the 8.8 last evening. Now onto the satellite, we still have this relatively dry area ahead of the next tropical wave off to our east, which will start to give us some showers from late Thursday into Friday. And that's quickly followed by number 22, which will keep the entire area moist all the way into Monday, which is when the ITCZ may be expected to trail it. The waves are looking a bit messy right now compared to yesterday, but these are some high and large amplitude waves, so they're expected to bring rainfall to the entire island chain over the weekend. Zooming into the region, we can better see that dry slot that we're in at the moment, just some scraps of moisture off to the northeast and off to the southeast, which can produce the odd shower over Tobago and South Trinidad tomorrow. A bit further off, we can now see the leading edge of some of the clouds associated with that tropical wave. So the forecast for tonight, mostly fair and hazy, as we still have some Saharan dust lingering around. Overnight lows of 24 in Trinidad and 25 over in Tobago. Tomorrow we can expect another hot and sunny day despite a few showers, initially favoring Tobago and southern areas of Trinidad, but by midday and during the early afternoon we can see a few of those showers start to pop up over western areas of Trinidad, with the low chance of an isolated heavy shower or thunderstorm. We can expect a mostly settled evening, but a few overnight showers are possible with the approaching tropical wave. Seas are slight to moderate, with waves in open waters up to 1.5 meters and calm to smooth in sheltered areas. Winds are expected to be out of the east at 10 to 15 knots. Now looking ahead, we can start to see some of those clouds associated with the next tropical wave start to roll in late tomorrow night into Friday, as we can see by the higher chance of rainfall, 66% on Friday. Still expected to be a bit isolated on Friday with 1 or 2 thunderstorms, but then by Saturday it's expected to be a bit more widespread, and those relatively wet conditions are expected to continue all the way into Monday, which is when the ITCZ is expected to drift over the area. So for now, just afternoon thunderstorms, and then by late Friday and over the weekend we can expect a bit more rainfall.
I'm a bit disappointed because I wanted to enjoy my time off.
I'm working this weekend, so I'm okay. I'm okay. Come what way.
Be relax in bed, watch a couple movies.
Tell that to Jerice. Thanks very much, Jean-Marc. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Southern food basket. Quality food to fill you.
Hey, pretty lady. I see you're looking for some hot sauce. Boy, move it. I have a man. See you. So you don't want no money,
Attention, valued shoppers. We are thrilled to celebrate 34 amazing years with you, our loyal customers. A huge congratulations to all our winners.
Hey, don't make joke. I know when I shopping spree.
What snacks we buying, mommy?
Look, boy, come on, eh? Well, look how I just win a Caribbean getaway now. Rock back. Girl, I know when I shopping spree. Well, come on, help me now. You don't have a man? Later. Nah.
It's Southern Food Basket's 34th anniversary extravaganza from July 1st to August 31st. Shop and enter for a chance to win incredible prizes, Caribbean getaways, staycations, shopping spree, and the ultimate grand prize of a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara.
Loving the flavors you get with Tetley. Loving the flavors you get with Tetley.
Wouldn't you just love a cup of Tetley tea right now? Dark, strong British blend to give you a good morning boost. Or Tetley decaf, all of the antioxidants, none of the caffeine. Losing weight or staying healthy your thing? Try Tetley green tea. Get the vitamins to boost your health with Tetley super teas. Or calm down with Tetley chamomile. Wouldn't you just love a cup of Tetley tea right now? Tetley, a tea for everyone.
Loving the flavors you get with Tetley, a tea for everyone. Tetley tea.
Distributed by Amco, a subsidiary of Ansa McCall.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Do enjoy this.
Hi.
You want some coffee?
Can I have a drink?
Perfect then.
That's exactly what we need.
Hey, who is this way?
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. A real much I wanna shop for you. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food Basket, hypermarket, Arima, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Where does disease start? It often begins silently. No pain, no symptoms, just inflammation quietly damaging your body. Our choice is food, stress, pollution, all feed inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the root cause of many modern diseases.
You can't go back in time, but you can start addressing inflammation before it becomes disease.
Omega XL is a natural inflammation fighter clinically researched with over 30 fatty acids and no fishy aftertaste. Available Caribbean-wide at pharmacies and health food stores. Call 1-868-225-0410 for more information.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Tyson leg quarters $9.95 per pound. Fiesta peas and carrots 3 for $19.95. Hungry Jack pancakes mix choco chips. Buttermilk 7 ounce 2 for $19.95. Tobo Benny chocolate 200 grams 2 for $17.95. Colgate Great regular flavor 4 ounces 2 for $28.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Welcome back. Facing heart problems is daunting, and it's not just the surgery itself. The long and often painful road to recovery can feel just as overwhelming.
But that reality is beginning to change because of cardiac surgeon Dr. Joseph McGinn. More in tonight's Wellness Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by BioStrand. Get what you need naturally.
Hearing the news that you have heart problems could be worrying, and needing heart surgery can make the ordeal seem even more daunting. But Chief of Cardiac Surgery at Baptist Health, South Florida, Dr. Joseph McGinn, has been on a mission for the past few years to change that with minimally invasive cardiac surgery, known as the McGinn technique.
I recognized that there were elderly patients and very sick patients that could not tolerate the traditional surgery. They could not tolerate having their chest cracked open and all the pain and suffering and hospitalization that goes along with that. So I figured there's got to be a way that we can minimize the impact on the patient.
According to Dr. McGinn, developing this technique was challenging because the heart is the only organ in the body that constantly moves. However, he found a way to make minimally invasive heart surgery a viable option for elderly patients, those requiring additional major procedures, or individuals with severe arthritis or orthopedic conditions. There is a significantly faster recovery time of just 2 to 3 days instead of several weeks, which is also a major benefit that appeals to many patients.
it's not necessary to have your chest cracked open to get back to normal life. And we can get people back to literally to no restrictions, swimming, driving, lifting, anything you can think of back within 8 days of surgery. I get patients from all over the globe who come to have this surgery done. Many of them are in this category. They're typically breadwinners of the family. Someone who owns a business, for instance, who can't afford to take 3 months off from work.
Dr. McGinn appeared last week as a featured speaker at this year's Caribbean Cardiac Society conference as part of his mission to train surgeons in his technique. He also urged medical professionals in TNT to move away from unnecessary traditional methods.
It's amazing when I say I'm talking about 95% of the cases done in this country are done that I call it the old-fashioned way. The new technique that I've developed is not done by a lot because of the technical issues involved, and the learning curve is quite steep. So a lot of surgeons don't really want to take the time out of their practice to learn how to do the procedure.
And while heart disease remains one of the leading causes of death in the Caribbean, Dr. McGinn continues his mission to ensure medical professionals and patients alike embrace less invasive surgical options to not only extend lives, but to vastly improve the quality of life. Angelo Jedediah, CNC3 News.
Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by BioStrath. Get what you need naturally.
Some really good information in that story. Thank you very much, Angelo. It's now time for sport. Let's hand you over to Jassy.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Here's a look at what's coming up after the break. Roy Hill Seals dominate at Curaçao's Summer Water Polo Tournament. And Liverpool star Luis Diaz trades Merseyside for Munich, signing a 4-year deal with Germany's perennial champion. Stick around. Sport is next.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh produce and everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. A remush, I wanna shop for you. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh produce and everything fantastic. Food Basket.
Marketplace Chaguanas, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
So I hear Better Homes has the best kitchens.
You heard right. We have Baker style, modern Euro, and hardwood.
I like this one. Can I test it right here, right now?
Sure, but how are you gonna do that?
All right, you all, come inside. Are you ready?
Time's alive! Oh, a spice rack.
Soft closed door hinges. Oh, this countertop's nice, well. It's hot,
So, what do you think?
Well, this
100%.
is it. I'll take it. Build the kitchen you love for less at Better Homes, Caroni or French Street.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Inside every cell is a metabolic engine AMPK. Berberine Plus helps ignite that engine, turning sugar into energy and fat into fuel. Whether you're managing sugar or trimming fat, Berberine Plus supports your goals naturally. Berberine Plus, now available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Something here for everyone, from baby to adulthood. Anything you need, it is right here at Food Basket Super 99.
Food Basket Super 99, affordable and trendy. Food Basket Super 99 Arima, where fashion meets affordability.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, Professional looks, made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
It's time for sport. Welcome back. Heading into their 3-match T20 series in Pakistan, which begins in Lauderhill, Florida on Thursday night. The West Indies is set to make 3 changes from the team which lost 5-0 to Australia earlier this week. While CWI has not officially released the names in the squad, Guardian Media Sport is reliably informed that Brandon King and Shimron Hetmeyer have both missed the trip with similar side strain injuries. King's replacement is set to be Johnson Charles, while Alec Athanaze comes in for Hetmeyer. Alzari Joseph is expected to be rested for the series, replaced by his namesake Shamar Joseph. The team suffered a heavy 5-0 series whitewash against Australia and will look to rebound against Pakistan beginning on Thursday evening at 8 p.m. USA's under-19 women's cricket team leads the T20 series against the West Indies after winning the 4th T20 today by 3 wickets at the UE Spec in St. Augustine. West Indies were put into bat first and scored 89 for 8 from their 20 overs. Ebony Braffett was the only batter to get into double digits with 53. In reply, the USA scored 92 for 7. Saivani Kambalapali, she and skipper Chetna Reddy, they scored 19 each to complete the 3-wicket win. The final T20 is on Friday at the same venue. Trinidad and Tobago Olympian Shaquem McKay is hoping to close off his 2025 campaign on a high. The quarter-miler, who sat out most of the season through injury, will test his fitness at this weekend's national championship at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain. Ian Wason begins our build-up to the championships.
For most of 2025, Shaquem McKay had to sit on the sidelines while his teammates excelled. Now that the 22-year-old 400-meter sprinter has recovered from a stress fracture, the 2024 Olympian is looking to line up against his peers at the TNT National Championships on the weekend.
Yeah, the pain was there physically, and there's nothing I could really do about the pain physically besides, completely try to treat it as best as I could. But mentally, it's been draining, especially seeing all my peers who have been practicing with from September to January. Getting successful throughout the season and excelling at their respective events. I was happy for them. I was very happy, but I just wanted to, help contribute along with my peers.
Fellow Olympian Concord's Akila Lewis, who was part of this country's youngest 4x100-meter relay team at the Olympic Games in Paris last year, is looking forward to making an impression with the World Championships in view.
This season for me was actually a better season individually compared to last season. Despite making the Olympic team for the relay, I had better overall results in my individual 100-meter race, and so just being able to come over the hurdle of managing injuries, I think I had a decent season so far.
Akila's brother, Omari Lewis, who ran a season's best of 10.07 seconds in the men's individual 100 meters, is hoping to chip away at the time to earn a ticket to Japan in September.
We're in a similar position, battling a lot of challenges. However, I've been training, I've been just trying to give my best effort regardless of the circumstances. So this weekend I just want to go out there and be able to just execute a good race, focus on myself and just try to stay healthy.
The first event of the championships is at 10 minutes to 12 this Saturday morning. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Well, national athletes across several disciplines are being equipped to win both on and off the field thanks to a financial literacy workshop hosted by the Unitrust Corporation and the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago. Tuesday's workshop at the National Cycling Velodrome targeted athletes aged 16 to 35 with presentations on saving, investing and retirement planning. Minister of Sport Philip Watts, who was in attendance, urged the athletes to invest and prepare for life beyond the competition. The sessions were led by UTC Investment Center managers and financial experts Dexter Sandy and Janice Jackman. The BVB International Academy Caribbean successfully hosted its first Under-17 Challenger Cup on the weekend, putting some of this country's top youth football talent on display. Samaki Felician reports.
It's not every day that one of Europe's top football clubs sets up shop in the Caribbean. This weekend, Trinidad and Tobago officially became the regional home of Borussia Dortmund's latest global project. The German club launched BVB International Academy Caribbean, marking a major step in youth development for boys and girls between ages 4 and 19. On Sunday at CIC grounds in Port of Spain, local teams battled in the BVBIA Caribbean Under-17 Challengers Cup. The boys' final saw Dunstan Williams Academy take on Tobago FC. With no goals scored throughout most of the 30-minute clash, Tobago FC almost snuck a win, but it ended 0-0, leading to penalties. The first 3 kicks from the spot by either side were easily converted. Then the Dunstan Williams Academy scored once more to transfer pressure onto Tobago FC. The Academy goalkeeper guessed correctly to make the save and seal a 4-3 win on penalties. On the girls' side, Pro Series stamped their dominance over AC Port of Spain with consecutive 4-0 victories, closing the series with an 8-0 aggregate score. But the real win is what lies ahead. Dortmund executives and academy partners outlined a long-term development vision for Caribbean talent through elite training, mentorship, and international pathways.
One of the things we noticed immediately when we were training the other day is the comfort level of the players with the ball at their feet, the ability to do what they want with it. And now the excitement about that is now we can teach them how to make the right decisions with it.
With coaching clinics, player assessments, and access to Dortmund's School of Excellence in Germany, the BVBIA Caribbean is poised to take off. Samaki Felician, CNC3 Sport.
Switching sports now, Trinidad and Tobago's Roy Hill Seals Water Polo Club had successful showings at the Curaçao Aquatics Association's summer tournament last weekend. The Port of Spain-based team captured gold and silver in the under-14 co-ed final, with Roy Hill Seals A edging Roy Hill Seals B 19-14. Roy Hill Seals Under-16 girls battled back from an early defeat to Orcas of Curaçao to win the best-of-7 series 4-2. They clinched gold with a 5-3 win in Game 6. And the Seals Under-16 co-ed team secured bronze behind Peru's Aquatica and the host country's Orcas. Congratulations to all of them. Speaking of swimming, Trinidad and Tobago's Dylan Carter has added yet another milestone to his decorated career. While competing at the 2025 World Aquatics Championships, Carter was elected a Bureau member at large during the World Aquatics General Congress, a prestigious role that places him at the heart of global decision-making in aquatic sports. Carter, who holds multiple national records in the pool, has earned several medals on the world stage and has been named CSE Male Swimmer of the Year multiple times, winning several Swami Awards as well. Now, from dominating the pool to shaping the sport's future, Carter continues to fly the Trinidad and Tobago flag with pride. Southeast Port of Spain Secondary claimed the Under-23 Women's Glory at the Shakonia Rugby Sevens tournament on the weekend. Seaports booked their spot in the final with a 12-5 win over Fanao on Friday and then defeated San Juan 12-7 to clinch the title on Saturday. In the Under-18 division, the School of Rugby also defeated Fanao 14-12. Harvard Rugby Club swept the Under-16 boys division in 2 games against Fanao, winning 25-0 in the first and 20-0 in the second. And TNT's Under-20s topped the men's Under-23 bracket with a 17-5 win over Carib Rugby FC. Now, in tonight's international roundup, World Athletics approves gene testing before the World Championships. Luis Diaz completes the move from Liverpool to Bayern Munich, and India aims to save the series against England.
In cricket, the 5th and final test between India and England will bowl off at the Oval in the morning, with the 3 Lions leading the series 2-1. After the 4th test was drawn, India will be firing on all cylinders in an effort to earn what will be a series-leveling victory. 6 a.m. is the toss. To football, Colombian international forward Luis Diaz has completed the move from English Premier League champions Liverpool to German champions Bayern Munich. The deal worth £65.5 million sees the nippy winger signing a 4-year deal with the German club to bring his 3.5-year stay at Anfield to an end. Castan Cupid, CNC3 Sport.
All right, and tonight we continue our trend of sampling our sport high from the CFU Club Shield. Aruba's SV Britannia saw their forward Riangelo Boacount seal the 2-0 victory over St. Paul's United of St. Kitts and Nevis with this audacious shot from the acute angle. Yes, that's how you hit them. So Riangelo, for that magnificent goal, you earn tonight's CNC3 Sport High. That's all the time we have for sport.
Thank you so much, Jassy. Let's head to a break. We'll be right back.
Is high blood sugar the root cause of diabetes? Most people think high blood sugar is the problem. The truth, it's inflammation. Insulin resistance is the root cause of diabetes. Reducing that inflammation is key. Omega XL is a natural option. Not fish oil, but a patented green-lipped muscle extractor with over 30 fatty acids, including EPA and DHA. Clinically studied, backed by over 30 years of research. Stay tuned.
Omega XL. Power your health.
It's Christmas in July at Bright Ideas, and we're turning up the heat with our biggest event yet, Slay the Savings. From tents to tables, your favorite store is packed like a Christmas tree with real deals on stuff you actually want. Kitchen, bedroom, decor, and more. From mega combos to unbelievable discounts to once-a-year deals, it's all out and ready to grab now. Every day, check out Facebook and Instagram to see what we're unwrapping next. Can't make it in store? No problem. Shop online at Bright Ideas Home Store.com or download the Bright Ideas mobile app. It's festive, fabulous, and only while stocks last. Bright Ideas, Slay the Savings is on.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Garlic 1 pound for $9.95. Russet potatoes 5 pounds, $17.95. Grill Master Burger patties 2 pounds, $49.95. Golden Brand margarine 4 for $19.95. Anchor cheddar cheese 250 grams 2 for $44.95. Richport vegetable oil 500 ml 3 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Science calls it AMPK, your body's built-in system for burning fat, balancing blood sugar, and fueling energy. Berberine Plus naturally supports AMPK, helping you feel better, live better, be better. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, powerful results naturally.
It's time to recap tonight's headlines. With criminals donning police-like garb to commit crimes, the defense minister advises the public it is better to be safe than sorry.
Attorney says criticism of stand your ground as a racist legislation is a red herring.
In sport, the West Indies emerges battered and bruised from their Australian whitewash. Injuries forced 2 of 3 changes ahead of their series with Pakistan.
And in the weather for tomorrow, mostly sunny despite a few showers and the chance of an isolated afternoon thunderstorm over Trinidad.
As we leave you, let's remind you to stay connected with us on our social media platforms.
There you'll find tonight's stories, the latest updates and exclusive content, and do not forget to pick up a copy of the Guardian newspaper.
We've come to the end of the 7 p.m. news here on CNC3. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ryan Baiju.
I am Doris Polo.
I am Jassy Marie.
And I'm Jean-Marc Rampasad. Have a good night.